Yo, my people, back with the reaction after the Burnley Arsenal game. And yeah, you can probably hear my voice. Arsenal done it again to me. Another flat, deflated performance, and that's what it is, man. That's what we come to expect this season with Arsenal. They get us optimistic, get our hopes up, and then they let us down time and time again. Yeah, let's get into it, man. I mean, starting lineup, my lineup that I would have went with wasn't far off what Arteta decided to go with. In the end, he decided to start with Willian instead of Pepe, which we said was a headache. And yeah, to be honest with you, I wasn't completely mad that Willian started. I would have preferred Pepe, but the fact that Willian started, I wasn't mad at. He went with Alba up top, which I guess was kind of justified a little bit he got his goal. I think the main surprise was the Chambers at right back. No one didn't really see that coming because Chambers hasn't started a game since 2019. It's been a long injury he's been out with, and since he's been back, he's been coming on for little sub appearances, but he's never started a game. So I don't think anyone really expected him to be starting. So yeah, that was a surprise in the lineup. But yeah, other than that, it kind of was as everyone kind of thought it was going to be honest. And we started the game pretty well with that lineup, and Burnley come with their same team. We knew they were going to come with anyway because they did not want to offer anything else other than what we thought they would anyway. Yeah, so the game started well. We had control of the game. There was no real threat from Burnley. We were dominating the possession, knocking it around nice, and we done something that Arsenal don't normally do. We got an early goal. We got off to a lead. After about 6 minutes, Partey picking up the ball from Leno, playing it to Willian. We done a nice little 1-2 with Xhaka before that actually. Then played through the lines to Willian, who was on the half turn, gave it to Abba, and then Abba done something that I've been saying I want to see more from Abba. He ran at the defender, ran at him in the box, committed him, done a few step overs, and got his shot off. And yeah, we took the lead. It was a nice finish. I think Pope probably should have done better, to be honest with you, because it wasn't right in the corner. He hit it near post, and Pope was at his near post, got a hand to it, and it kind of just trickled in. But nonetheless, we kind of took the lead. And I thought after that we was going to kick on because Burnley weren't really offering nothing, and we were kind of just controlling the game without doing too much ourselves. But we started off kind of all right in possession. So I thought we were going to kick on from that. And shortly after that, we had another half little chance with Abba, but he was off balance. He went to strike the ball off balance and he missed the target. And after that, we didn't really have anything. The game was kind of scrappy. Like we had the ball, they had the ball without really creating much. And but if anyone's gonna score like us, like we should have really put them to bed in that first 20-25 minutes because we had the better of the opportunities without creating loads of opportunities. Burnley didn't really have anything. Xhaka was looking a threat out wide. He played a little 1-2 with Abba, went through, and then it was 1-1 with the goalie, and he probably should have opened up his foot and slotted it into the bottom corner, like curled it in, rather than using the outside of his boot and hitting it wide. That's where he kind of made his mistake there. But it was a good opportunity, and it was something that he kind of created by himself. It wasn't like, it was like a moment of quality from him, innit? Like he done the 1-2 with Abba, he's played it into him. When I passed it, he's kind of passed it and made a run that's kind of made up Abba's mind to play the 1-2, and he's got him behind. A little bit of a kerfuffle with the defenders, and then he managed to get his shot off, hit it wide. Bit unlucky with that. But yeah, after that again, the game has continued and it was all us. And then, you know, the same old culprit turned up again. Xhaka decided to just move mad and dash where to go. No one knows why he does these kind of things. He has these little moments of madness. And yeah, this one was really unnecessary, man. We were playing around at the back, recycling possession. It got to Leno. Leno had the ball at his feet. Xhaka's come running towards him to show for the ball. He's got Vidra up his arse on him, so he's got to either play it first time, run a corner to Tierney, who's at left back, or he's got to do the obvious ball, which was on, using his right foot and hook it to David Luiz. Which is our normal pattern of play when we play out the back, trying to beat the press of the opposition. That's how we play. So it's not a unfamiliar territory that he's in. It's not something that is alien to him. It's a simple pass. That's our positions that we take up when we're playing out the back. So the fact that he decided to take a touch before making the pass, which ultimately killed him, that's what's led to the goal. And it's the fact that because he's so limited, because he's such a stiff football player, he's all left-footed. He's got no right foot. So a normal player would have just passed it out wide with his right foot. But because he's all left and wants to do everything on his left, he decided to take a touch and then he had a look. So he's come to receive the ball without having a picture on his head. Doesn't know what he's going to do with the ball. He's come to receive it. He's had a touch, which has then closed his angle for the pass that he has to make out to David Luiz, which is Wood is in the middle of that ball. And then he's then had a look up at David Luiz, saw David Luiz in the position that he knows he's in, and then he's then gone to swing his foot to make the pass. Lo and behold, he's hit Wood and got into the back of the net. Now, this is something that he does very, very regular, like, because he hasn't got no pictures. Someone playing in the heart of our midfield has not got no pictures. He doesn't see a pass. He shows for the ball without even checking his shoulder to have a look to see what's on. He doesn't play with no wing mirrors, like they say. And it's very, very Xhaka-like. And it's just poor decision making, man. Like, he's got no balance. He's got no balance because he's so left-footed. He's got no balance. So he's very predictable in his play. Like, you know that he's going to try and play with his left foot. So he's very easy to press and shut down because his right foot, like I said, is just for standing on. He doesn't want to use it to play football. He becomes very, very predictable and easy to play against. And that's what ultimately led to the goal, man. A more balanced player would have just hooked it out wide to Tierney using their left, or use their right and pass it to David Luiz. But that was the goal. And shock, another thing, this is completely not off topic, but yeah, the goal scorer, Chris Wood. It's funny because I had a conversation with my friend before the game, and a little stat come up with Wood saying that Wood's played against Arsenal 6 times. He's never ever scored a goal against Arsenal. Shock, he comes and scores a goal against Arsenal today. That's just typical Arsenal. Anytime they show a stat, like a milestone stat against Arsenal, it always gets overcome on that exact game they show the stat. Literally. A person could be on their worst run of form, hasn't scored in 20 games, and then he'll turn up and score a 30-yard screamer or a volley that he's never ever tried in his life against Arsenal. That's just typical Arsenal. Does my head in. So yeah, we just bust players left, right and centre, and it does my head in, man. So yeah, that was the equaliser. And after that, there was nothing really in the game. There was about another 10 minutes till half time. So that was about on the 36th minute or something they scored, and then half time was approaching after that. And then I thought Arteta was going to talk to them at half time. Normally we're a team that turn up in the second half. Arteta normally gets us in at half time and we come out with a reaction. So I thought it will get them in, have a word with them, and we'll come out firing, a reaction to conceding that sloppy goal after really controlling the game in the first half without creating too many opportunities, but limiting Burnley to probably nothing. So I thought we were going to come out flying. That wasn't really the case. Man. Second half, Burnley, if anything, come out a bit quicker than us, and they were kind of onto us for a little while. They were pressing us well, and they turned the game into a battle. They made it ugly for us, and it was just a scrappy game that kind of lacked quality all round, really. And they were playing the pitch better than us. I think their pitch is really like, it's not a carpet. It's not like the Emirates or these other top pitches that people play on in the Prem. Their pitch is quite designed for their style of play. It seemed quite hard, firm. The ball was bouncing high, and it wasn't a pitch to be knocking the ball around and playing football. So that's another criticism I have with our team today. We didn't really mix it up. Like, we're professional footballers. We should know that, okay, boys, the pitch isn't that today, so let's mix it up. Let's, maybe go a bit direct sometimes. Try and play in behind. Do you know what I mean? Rather than trying to play it on the ground and playing into their strengths, really, because they know the pitch isn't for that. Because they were just going direct. They were going long to Wood, trying to play off the second balls, trying to get him to get the headers and flick it down to Vidra, who was just buzzing around up front. Just little man, big man combination. And to be fair to them, for the past not for the pass, for the first half an hour of the second half, they were kind of dominating the ball and attacking areas. They were getting in behind, and yeah, Arteta made a few subs and stuff. The first sub he made, he brought off Partey and put on Chabalos, which I thought was a weird one, because if anyone's going to come off that game, it's Xhaka, because Xhaka was moving like an agent today. He was just giving the ball away left, right and centre. Literally, everything he was doing was sloppy. Nothing was going right for him today, and it just wasn't his day. So it's one of the ones where you just want to take him out the firing line, because he's not the kind of player that's going to play his way back into the game and, you know, suddenly have a worldie. He's only going to gradually get worse over the period of the 90 minutes. So I was surprised Arteta didn't take him off. He brought on Chabalos for Partey. So Partey came off, Chabalos come on, and Chabalos looked kind of lively when he come on, to be honest. He was trying to play some progressive balls, and was, you know, trying to be a bit cute with his passing and stuff, do things that Xhaka can't do, and he done alright, to be fair to him. Other than that, the game was, yeah, it just kind of just petered out, man. It lost rhythm. Like, we lost our rhythm, we lost our fluency in our game that we had in the first half, and I think our next best opportunity was when Pepe had that air shot. When Pepe come on for, I think it was for Willian, he come on, or Odegaard. No, Lacazette come on for Odegaard, and Pepe come on for Willian. So yeah, Pepe had a chance. Nice interplay with Xhaka and Lacazette. Little 1-2. Xhaka got in, put in a cross, and then Pepe volleyed it, and it hit Peters on his arm, and then it hit the bar and went out of play. That ultimately went to VAR. The ref decided to send off their defender, which then got overturned by VAR, and then resulted in a drop ball for them. Probably was the right decision, to be honest, because it did hit his shoulder. It wasn't a handball. Pepe done well to make the contact with the volley. Good technique. He had a similar opportunity just before that, actually, when Tierney cut it back to him, and he completely fluffed his lines with a shot, and he probably should have done better with that opportunity, to be honest with you. And that was a big chance for us, big chance created, but he missed the ball completely, and then yeah, that chance was gone as well. Other than that, Burnley had a couple of opportunities. They had a very big chance with Chris Wood. Chris Wood went through some good football from him and Vidja, a little 1-2. Vidja played a ball in behind, and he's gone through 1-on-1. And yeah, he just kicked it straight at Leno. It wasn't particularly a great save by Leno. He just kind of shot straight at him, to be honest. It's typical Chris Wood style. Like, he's not a great striker, and yeah, so I'm pissed he even scored, to be honest. He's kicked it straight at Leno. Leno saved it, and that was probably their best move of the game. And he probably should have scored that. If I'm being honest, he probably should have scored that. Even just before the Wood chance, there was a big turning point in the game. Massive turning point, big decision by the ref and VAR, shall I say. Pepe's in the box, balls come to him. He's tried to take on his defender initially. I think the ball's popped up and it's hit Peters on the arm then, which I don't think was a decision to be made. I don't think it's a penalty. But then, while Pepe's appealing for the penalty, the ball's still in play. Refs kind of waved it away. Pepe has then flicked it away from Peters, and it's hit his arm again. And this time Peters' arm is out in an outstretched position, away from his body, so it's unnatural position, like they say. It's hit his arm, and then yeah, play carried on. Well, when the ball's finally gone out, VAR saying that it's no penalty. Kevin Friend, the little referee in the VAR box, is saying that it's not a penalty. Now, the ball's hit his arm in an outstretched position, blatantly obvious for everyone to see, clear and obvious, like they say. And he's not given the penalty. He's not even. And the thing is, with me and VAR, whenever it's with Arsenal, they never ever show the pictures, or they didn't even send the ref to the monitor to even look at it. It's like VAR. I don't know. I'm starting to believe this little agenda against Arsenal and VAR. I'm not gonna lie, because bare times we don't get decisions that everyone else does. The ref didn't even go to the monitor to look at it. VAR didn't even send him to the monitor to look at to see if there's a decision to be made. They just said no penalty, and they weren't showing no replay to us to say why they thought it wasn't a penalty. And then after the game, they tried to come back with something about the proximity of the man's arm from the ball didn't allow it to be a penalty. but then a week ago, when the ball hit someone else, that proximity was alright. So again, it's just grey areas and big decisions that are costing us games ultimately, because that's a big part of the game. It's a big decision to be made, and that could ultimately lead to a penalty. And at that time, any goal for either team would have been massive. But yeah, that decision wasn't given. After that, we had another big opportunity where the ball broke in the box, and it kind of landed with Ceballos. It was all getting a bit scrappy. We kept putting both balls in the box, trying to just make something happen in the last kind of 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And it's fell to Ceballos, who's gone to side foot it in, and he's hit the post. It was a good strike, to be honest with him. That's kind of the only place that you could have put it, because Pope was on the line. They had a couple of defenders there as well. So if he would have just smacked it at the goal and he hit the defender, that would have been a bit wild and a bit loose. So I was kind of glad that he tried to put it in the corner, because that showed that he's got a bit of guile and a bit of something about him, not just trying to just hit it, because that was the only place that he could put it. And he's just unlucky he hit the post. And yeah, it's just unfortunate, man. And then obviously that was that, and it ended up in a draw. But that kind of sums up Arsenal season, man. That's Arsenal season in a nutshell. That game literally today was Arsenal's whole season. Just literally big, not getting the certain decisions, individual errors costing us again. No surprises who the individual errors by. Xhaka again. There was a stat as well saying that since he's come to the Prem, he's made the most individual errors leading to a goal out of any player since he's come, which goes to show, like, why is this guy in the heart of Arsenal's midfield? It doesn't make no sense. When you think of all the midfielders that we've had, and you've got this guy in the middle now, some pagan. Yeah, it makes me mad every time I think about this guy in the middle. Yeah, but like I said, that's Arsenal's season, man, and I just hope that we don't carry on this performance, and the morale. We don't let our morale dip going into the which is our biggest game against Olympiacos on Thursday. It's a more important game for us. A point from today, obviously, isn't great, but 3 points wouldn't have really done much more anyway, because it probably would have moved up one place to 9th or something. But we're not really competing on the league on any fronts anyway. Europa's probably where it's at for us this season, if we're being realistic. So it's a bigger game for us on Thursday, and I hope that we can, I don't know, take that last little bit of fight that we had in the last 10 minutes into Thursday's game, and yeah, make strides, man. But yeah, overall, disappointing performance. And more, I'm not even angry anymore. It's more frustration and disappointment, because I just know our team's like a mixed bag. You just don't know from week to week. You don't know what you're gonna get. And yeah, and like I said, individual errors are just costing us. Our lack of consistency is costing us. Big decisions are costing us. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we can turn it around, come again on Thursday, man. But yeah, people, like I say, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And yeah, we go again Thursday, man. Peace.